What's up, y'all? I'm giving y'all a video on advice, all right? And I'm coming at this with multiple different angles. Funny enough, I talked about not writing a script for these videos. I didn't write a script for this one. Hopefully it comes out in a nice way because I want to talk about advice from different angles. I want to talk about advice from, one, don't take advice like from people who you don't want to be in their position, right? Like people who give advice and they're telling you what you should do, but you look at their life and it's miserable, it's crap, or you don't want it. Say for example, somebody has a family, wife, kids, right? But you don't want a wife and kids. You want to be a freaking bachelor. You want to travel the world. Wife and kids advice, not going to work the best for you, right? Now, vice versa. If somebody's telling you, oh, explore, do this, try take this, do that, and and you're like, dude, I just want to do a basic job and stack my money and get a family. So, like, watch who you're taking advice from. And another thing is, like, I really want to do a video on these alpha casts, bro. I think they're so goofy because, one, everybody's not supposed to be an alpha, right? And two, if you're subscribing to these beliefs, like, but I'm an alpha male, I'm a beta male, like, because I know a lot of people, they crack jokes on the girls who are like, I'm an Aquarius, I'm a Capricorn, but what are you doing? Oh, I'm an alpha male. I'm a alpha male. Oh no, I'm a sigma male, so I'm not right the perfect one. And you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, bullshit. So you really just got to be who you want to be, and you can't let people hold you back from that. Because if you try to be somebody else and you try to subscribe to their identity, you're gonna be on their whole program, their whole wave. And that goes back. Look at the person giving the advice. Like, do you want to be like Andrew Tate? Take his advice, get into fights, get your ass kicked, get back again, fight some more, you know what I mean? Andrew Tate doesn't have a wife, you know what I mean? Do you want a loving partner, or do you want a bunch of women to clap cheeks with? And vice versa for, hey, what's up, Andy? That's my boss. But vice versa, like if you want that stability, you know, you get the point aside from that though. But I still thought about it, and you know, people give you unwarranted advice when they think you should do something, or, oh, I would do it this way. Most of the time, that person wouldn't do it that way anyway, you know? People just love to put input. I think with the rise of social media and reality shows and things like this, people feel so comfortable just to say, oh, well, oh, I would never do that, or, oh, that person, ooh. Just all this extra bullcrap where you're just trying to, like, throw judgment and add unnecessary drama to somebody's life because you think you know what's best. I mean, of course, there's some people who say, I personally would do it this way. This is how I feel about it. I get that. But unwarranted advice, I'd be very wary because some people will just they'll throw a seed basically at you, you know what I mean? It'll be a seed in your mind and it starts to get planted. And I notice, me personally, a lot of this unwarranted advice really sprouts. It's a seed, right? And it sprouts in the land that is filled with our fears and doubts, right? So imagine you have all this fear and doubt. Let's say, I was just talking to somebody at my job who really wants to like basically figure out a lot of stuff about law and lawyers and like get out of, like, you know, tricky situations, how people, you know, I know some of y'all might have seen videos where people are like, oh, well, actually, you don't have to do that, and the government's a scam because this and that, but they don't give you no keys on how to do it, you know? And so it kind of leaves you feeling like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to rise in the world, I don't know how to make money, I don't know how to do this, I don't know that, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, I kind of played a part and being the little fear guy in his thing, because he was talking about it and I was like, damn, man, that's hard, it sounds tough, and I'm putting my own little shit into it. Well, I couldn't do that, you know what I mean? That probably don't make him feel no better, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying you need to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you need to push people full 100% into what they're doing, but just be wary, one, of the advice and the energy you put onto people when they express themselves, you know. I was talking to my friend about something, I hope he doesn't mind, but he was saying he likes to play a game, and because it reminds him of his friends who had passed, his other friend was like, oh, we talk about dead homies now, you know what I mean? We're talking about dead people, we're talking about problems now, and it doesn't got to be like that all the time, you know. It doesn't have to be on a level where it's like, oh, my trauma is much worse than you. Well, my family neglected me, and well, I was beat every day, and well, actually, I never had parents. I was an orphan. Guys, no, nobody wins in the competition of the biggest victim. Nobody wins that competition. Nobody will ever win that competition. You know why? Because I'm the biggest victim. I'm the biggest winner. It's all jokes over here, but nobody wins stuff like that. It's like, who wants to be the biggest loser? Nobody wants to be the biggest loser, you know? Nobody wants to be a loser, right? People would rather be a third place winner, you know what I mean? People would be better in third place versus being dead last, you know? That's just something to think about. So I think I hit you putting your unwarranted advice on other people. Oh, also, sometimes you need to give people a little bit of space to blossom, you know what I mean? I feel like, me personally, is I kind of realize when I'm talking to some people, what they kind of bring to the conversation, whether what they say and how they respond, their cues, it lets me know if I should shut up or not. Because one, you don't want to be talking about spirituality, self-development, very mind-expansive things, right? Even psychedelics, because people will, one, for example, I remember I was talking about psychedelics and my mom just started crying and the whole conversation immediately got shut down. I know not to talk about that stuff around my family. As much as I love to and I want to, I know not to talk about that around my family. One, because it will discourage me from what I know. It will discourage me from helping other people who it might help. Molly has been used to help PTSD victims, veterans. Psilocybin has helped a lot of people who are like terminally ill. They helps them cope with their death. It helps people cope with even depression. I don't do it all the time because well, one, because like I said, people sprout seeds of fear. Well, people put their negative ass seeds to blossom in your fears and your doubts, right? And to make them become a greater fear, a greater doubt, a bigger anxiety. And that's kind of how I feel, because I've done that before, where I microdose and I take mushrooms, and I notice they really do help me get out of my mindset and my mind state, because sometimes I personally feel like in the world, like, why bother? Why do this? You know, you just get in this default mode network, and that's what a lot of these psychs actually do if you use them in the appropriate way, and you don't let your mind go crazy on it. You know what I mean? Because trust and believe that, like a medicine, you know, you got to take medicine in dosages. Too much of anything is bad. Too little of anything might not be good enough for you to get the effects. You know what I mean? Some people will say, oh, meditation didn't help me, or exercise doesn't help me. You did it for one day. You didn't do it for that long, you know? That's just something to think about. You know, you gotta really test things. You know, you can't, I think due to our attention spans nowadays, we're so easily like, oh, okay, next thing. Okay, next thing. Oh, next thing. Oh, now I'm gonna run. Oh, okay. And you don't ever really fully commit to one thing, because I think once you fully commit, you can get a lot of the fruits from that. You know, it's what do they say? A jack of all trades, a master of none, something like that, right? And I'm not saying like to dibble dabble in a little bit of everything, you're not gonna be good at anything. But what I'm saying is, like, if you want to go somewhere fast, get good on something, commit to something like very specific and just do it like every day, like 15 minutes. I remember I did like a push-up challenge and a squat challenge, actually. I did 300 squats a day, and I got up to maybe 10 days. And let me tell you, those squats was getting really easy. Same with the push-up challenge. Push-ups was getting really easy. And you saw a lot of the growth in the muscle development very quickly and extremely fast. So, if you want to see something happen quick, stay committed to one specific thing But if you want to vary around your interest, I would develop a somewhat strict, rigid plan so that you could be able to hit every single thing every so often. Kind of think of it like school. Like, you learn all these courses, but you have like 5 classes you take a day, right? You're not in that one class learning everything in a span of 3 weeks. You could do that, but if you're going to have a lot more you're investing in and learning, you could vary it, I guess, spread it out, but also keep it rigid, keep it committed so you don't lose focus. I kind of got a little off track, but basically, when it comes to advice, take people's advice that you want to be like, you know? Not just because they're close to you, around you, it's your family, it's your friends, that don't mean they know anything. That don't mean they know anything, okay? Just because they're close to you, that don't mean they know what's best for you, right? You know what's best for you. Don't lie to yourself. Don't let people lie to you. You know, it'll hurt in the long run. So hopefully this video gets out to the right people. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoyed the content. I hope each and every one of y'all have a wonderful day. I will continue to keep doing these videos. Not even, ignore that. Don't talk about it, be about it. Peace.